Alright, let me tell you about my show. Wednesday nights. And here we go. It's the rule of three with a touch of Basco. And like the Joker says, and here we go. It's Wednesday night and it's 9 o'clock. Click on the thumbnail, it's about to get hot. We get 3 different questions in only 3 minutes. It ain't for the scared, it ain't for the timid. Some will like us and some just don't. A lot will back us and some just won't. It don't matter with the Khaos crew. We specialize in making things do what they do. So sit back, chill, and enjoy the show with me, Chris, Skywalker, and Nzo.
Fire, peace, 9 o'clock, Wednesday nights.
Yes, guys, it is Wednesday night. It is the rule of three. Yeah, I fucked it up. I know. Hey, listen, you know what? What can I say? Guys, how's everybody doing? Yeah,
I just want to say, after listening to that beat, anyone that don't like Red Man is a punk ass bitch. That's all I'm gonna say.
Facts.
All right, guys. Just so you know, there's a poll up right now. If you're just showing up. Yeah, was those donuts? Yeah, those were donuts in the background. Yeah, thanks, LDG. But tweet this out, guys. We need voters tonight. I need a bunch of people in the chat because we're going to need to figure out some shit here.
I just tweeted it out, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I got it on my pen tweet. Let's see here and make sure.
I am about to tweet this motherfucker out as well. Hey, I just want to say, it is hot as a motherfucker here today. Like, Danny, 91.4 Fahrenheit.
Good. It may be hot for you, but like I said, I just spent this money on this air conditioning, so I'm cool as a cucumber in this house. So I'm sorry for those.
Hey, listen, I got my AC. It's in the room. The one for the living room broke, and I can't get that motherfucker fixed anywhere.
I put one in the living room or in the den, and it got in here nice and chill. Shit, a little bit more, boy. I'd be like Arnold Schwarzenegger is on Batman and Robin. Wearing a damn polar bear's fucking slippers and robe.
Hey, man, at this point, I wish.
Hey, did you watch the Batman like I told you?
No, I didn't get a chance to yet.
Man, I'm telling you, it ain't good as we thought.
What?
They hoodwinked us.
Why?
The Michael Keaton Batman. I told you, look at it. It didn't hold up. It don't hold up to me. I saw.
Oh, whatever. Listen to you. I watched it 2 weeks ago.
I'm not
being
up
perfect.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So you believe Catwoman could do all that to Michael Keaton, the real Batman that we know? No way in hell.
No, she does. She kicks his ass in all sorts of stuff.
I said that's Batman. Did you see when you see what she watched?
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I didn't see any problem. Maybe he was letting it. Listen. If she looks like that, I'm gonna let her get some licks in.
Okay, let's fast forward to the Batman. Did Catwoman beat Bruce Wayne and Batman look like that? No, he did not.
But
Christian
Bale did.
Yeah, she does in that.
Christian Bale beats his ass.
Oh,
he was hurt.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter. It can happen.
Yeah,
I'm going with a narrative. Batman was supposed to be in his prime with Michael Keaton, in his prime with Robert Pattinson. Was he not hurt? Had put that damn brace on his leg to give him stability? Walking with a cane? Did that not happen?
Yeah,
but he was still kicking ass though.
Yeah, after he get himself straight. Ass, though. He didn't retire for how many years, Nzo? When you retire, you can't get back in that ring and box like you used to when you fight on a consistent basis, bro.
No, I know that, but still,
trash she beat him, man. Where he was at his peak, she don't hold us candle to Batman. Y'all know this.
She probably would have beat his ass. She would have beat his ass.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
It's perfectly fine. All right.
I forgot poop power.
People in the chat, guys. Really quick. If you're in the chat,
look who's talking.
Tweet this out. Tweet this out, guys. If you're in the chat, tweet this out. We need people in the chat to vote tonight because you guys are going to be the deciding factor on everything we do tonight for the most part. There's right now There's a poll in there. I need you to vote on it while you guys are still voting on that. We're going to have Danny and Nzo talk about themselves. Let's start down there with the man in the New York hat. Nzo, tell everybody about yourself and tell them what you got going on.
What up, guys? After this will be the OOC. Hope you check that out. Got a couple good topics on there. You know what I mean? So it should be fun. But other than that, I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be feeling better back on camera. So let's get this show started.
Exactly. All right. And then there's Mr. Danny Graham, a.k.a. Comic Chat. Tell them about yourself, Danny.
What up, what up, what up? Glad to be here. Like I said, this is the third night of the week. We do our thing first 3 nights. My show, Nzo's show, and Chris' show, what you're seeing right now tonight. Glad Nzo's back in full form. He's kind of down for a few days, but he's back. We can see the difference in his swag. So we are ready to go ahead and get this started. And I am ready. I'm seeing a lot more topics in sports coming up. So Square One is right around the corner. So don't miss that, people.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we got 17 votes in that chat in the poll. And the poll was, let me get down to it. Who should pick first? So that poll came out at 61%
for Danny. Because I voted for Danny.
Really? I didn't even see the poll.
But,
yes.
But tonight,
fuck.
Tonight there's a little different format here. We
Because
still
of
have the 3
Vaseline.
doors.
Because
You
of
guys
Vaseline.
are still gonna pick. But there are 2 topics in there, and you 2 are gonna debate against each other on those 2 topics. Whatever topic you see, if you pick the door, you pick first on what you want of the 2 topics. And the chat.
So you're not in this at all?
The chat is going to pick the winner.
Okay. So you the mad scientist.
That's right. I'm mixing it up tonight.
And you ain't got you debating somebody though.
Nope. I want to
you see Chris is scared.
No. I will do this one night with you guys. But I want to see what happens because you guys are always about one thing or another here, and these are all things you guys talk about.
On Rob Storm show, so
yeah, it was fun.
Should be interesting.
It's fun.
All right,
it is.
So you get your 3 minutes, and since I'm not going to be talking tonight, and we're not going to do the group thing, if you want longer, I'll give you up to 5 minutes. That's up to you, though.
That got to be a very good time for me to talk 5 minutes. Okay.
Well, and that's the thing. You don't have to. We don't have to do that. But this ain't the Rumble, no. But this is kind of a mix-up of it. So, Danny, you get first pick. And if you guys pay attention to my description, you would have known this was coming, and you would know what the topics are.
So I get to pick the door, and I get to pick the topic first.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Let's flip this up. Maybe I should let you pick the door. Maybe I should let Nzo pick the topic he wants first.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that. You pick the door.
Whichever one you want.
All right. I always like door 3.
Door number 3. Oh. I think this one actually works out. Door number 3, Star Wars original trilogy versus Star Wars prequels.
Thank you.
Nzo, which one of those do you want to argue for?
Thank you.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna make it hard for Danny. I'm gonna go for the prequels.
Really, Nzo?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you fight for the originals. Let's do it.
So how?
Danny,
we gotta fight. You don't say whether we like or dislike, so we can fight either way, right?
You have to defend and argue for the original trilogy is better than the prequels.
The prequels.
Oh my god!
Which is why see, and I knew this, and that is why I'm doing that. You have to argue it, and you got to be convincing enough to get these people over there in the chat.
This is some
to
bullshit
vote for you. Here you go. 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
It's me, Nzo.
Yeah, you're gonna.
You,
I'll
you.
start it over again.
All right.
3 minutes, and the time starts now.
Okay, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. These three movies, they start off something now that has survived at least since the 70s to now, 50 plus years. George Lucas took a chance, but he did something that nobody else would do. The fan base, how divided it is, but it's still a fan base. People still love it. They talk shit about it. But every time a Star Wars show comes on or a Star Wars movie, we're gonna be there. There's not too many more IPs that can say that. So the power that Star Wars has had is amazing. I don't know if it'll ever be duplicated. Um, he saw something I think originally from another movie, and then he kind of took kind of cherry pick and put stuff in there. But we got such iconic characters like Darth Vader. I just saw a clip recently where the actor that actually played Darth Vader said the lines, and it was like, ugh. So it was genius that George Lucas went out and found a voice actor in James Earl Jones, and that voice is so iconic. Luke Skywalker. Um, wasn't a very good actor back then, but he has grown as each movie came out that he was involved in. And when we saw the Luke Skywalker moment just a couple years ago, a year and a half ago, on The Mandalorian, man, the crowd went crazy. If you go on YouTube right now and see the responses of people, people are crying. I call it the Michael Jackson effect, because if you watch Michael Jackson, the fans in the audience, man, they are crying, going crazy, catching their breath. Oh my God! Same thing for Luke Skywalker and Star Wars. People are like holding their heads; they can't believe it when they see Luke Skywalker. Right now, if you do a poll, right now, my opponent Anzo will tell you that the best movie is Empire Strikes Back. I don't necessarily agree with him, but he believes it. He believes it, and he's going to defend what I think is the best movie. So that's going to be very interesting. But nevertheless, Star Wars is a fantastic movie. It started off great. It's ended up maybe not so great, but still, it doesn't matter. As long as it got those 8 letters, Star and Wars, we're gonna go see it. It don't matter. Rain, snow, sleet, or hell. We're gonna go see it. And this ain't gonna get no Anzo vision. We're gonna pay our $10. We're gonna pay our 12, whatever it is, whatever the dollar amount. If you're a Star Wars fan, you are going to see it. I don't see many more IPs that got that kind of star power. Even if they are divisive like the fans are now, don't listen to the fans. You know deep in your heart, if you're a Star Wars fan, it don't matter. Whatever movie come out, you're gonna go see it. Some you're gonna like better than others, but that's with anything. But George Lucas was a genius. I don't think this Star Wars power will never be duplicated again in my lifetime. So, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, awesome movies. They started off something that'll never, ever, ever be duplicated. So, my hat's off to.
Very good. Best Star Wars moment from the original trilogy.
I think Luke coming to the palace, Jabba's palace,
Okay.
with his confidence
Cool.
that he had in all black. We could see that he was a full Jedi. That sticks out of my
Awesome.
memory.
Awesome. All right. So that is Danny's argument for the original trilogy. Keep that in mind. Up next is Anzo and his argument for why the prequels are better. Anzo, 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
So first off, let me take my hat off to Danny. That was a good argument. And I seen what he did there when he tried to say that Anzo likes Empire Strikes Back better than all the other movies. That is correct. But when it comes to the trilogies, the prequel trilogies is 10 times better than the original trilogies, right? So first off, you're gonna get great lightsaber battles. I mean, they're lightsaber battles in the original trilogies are great, but they are nothing compared to what we've seen in the prequels. Just remember that moment when Darth Maul hits his lightsaber and one end opens up and then the other end open up. That is classic. Like, that is something that they show for Star Wars all the time. They show that scene right there, right? Now, you get the start of the Phantom Menace, and I remember when that movie came out, the originals did what they did in the 70s, and that was good, but the anticipation for the Phantom Menace was unbelievable. When I went to go see that on opening days, there were people dressed up. The first time I've ever seen cosplay live for a Star Wars movie, 100%. Now you get into the movies, and the story is basically kind of mirroring A New Hope, except with better action scenes, right? Then you have the next movie, which is Attack of the Clones, which is more of a sci-fi, a detective kind of thriller Star Wars movie. Again, something we haven't seen in Star Wars movies before. It's a little bit unappreciated, but you also get the badass moment on Geonosis when they're having that battle, and you're getting a bunch of Jedis against a bunch of droids, and then Mace Windu pops up and says, "This party is over." Then you get the fight with Dooku and Anakin and Obi-Wan, and you get to feel Anakin's progressions in these movies as well. In the originals, all we knew is Darth Vader was the bad guy, right? And then he gets redeemed at the end. But in the prequels, we actually watch Anakin go from that good little boy to what we see in the originals. And then we get the final one, which is Revenge of the Sith, which is actually the second best Star Wars movie from start to finish, because what Anakin or Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen did in that final battle, I don't think can and will ever be topped again unless they come back and have another all-out battle like that again. Obi-Wan was good, but I don't think it matched anything that they did in the Revenge of the Sith. Right, so you put those three movies together, you get a great story. You get to see the origins of Darth Vader, how he became Darth Vader, and then you get to see kick-ass space battles. You get kick-ass villains, because Darth Maul was one of the best villains in Star Wars as well, outside of Darth Vader, of course. And then you also get the battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin, which is the best lightsaber battle in any Star Wars movie.
Okay, well, that answers that question. I was going to ask you what's the best lightsaber battle in the prequels, but let me ask you this. What is the best dramatic moment of the prequels?
That's easy for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
me,
that's on your question. It's his.
You see, I'm gonna tell you the moment, and I think it's a very underrated moment, and it's the moment where it's in Attack of the Clones, where Padme falls off the ship, and Obi-Wan and Anakin have that conversation, and he's like, "What would she do?" His acting, Ewan McGregor's acting in that scene was, I think, the best in that movie. That to me is one of the best parts.
Very good. All right, guys. It's time. I put the poll in there. It said who argued their case better. Nzo or Danny, it's up there. You guys get to vote on that right now. And after that's done, we'll let you know who I vote for.
It's by far when he put that helmet on and you heard Darth Vader breathe for the first time.
We'll let you know who I vote for.
Like, whoa.
It's a great moment too. It's a great moment too.
I think it's the part where they're in Mustafar after he's cut his legs off and he's sitting there and Anakin's yelling at him and he's sitting there like dying because he's like, damn it, just fucking figure it out already.
I hate you.
What are you doing?
Good scene too. Even the scene where they pause the fight and he's like, I failed you, Anakin. I failed you. Great scene too. A lot of good scenes in that Revenge of the Sith, man. There's really a lot, man.
Vote, guys. Vote. I'm gonna give you guys let's put it up there. Let's give you guys 30 more seconds. Where's my 30-second timer? Right here. Boom, pop it up. 30 seconds.
No word of a lie. I tried to make it hard for Danny. Danny did a good job though. I appreciate it.
I pulled some shit out my ass. I was like, what the fuck? Let me argue the other one, please.
You know, I couldn't give you that one, Danny, because that's what you like, you know?
What's up, Mike Screws?
What's going on, Mike? Good to see you. Make sure you vote
Mike?
in that chat before time's up. Vote. Come on, guys. I'll give you just a second since you just showed up. Give you just a second to vote.
Yeah, we're still going strong. We're still trying, man. You know, we still having fun doing stuff like this and trying to entertain the people that come and watch us chat. Watch us do this.
Absolutely. That. here. And we will end the poll. And the poll states, who argued their case better? Danny with 57% to Anzo's 42%. Oh, damn.
It's all right. It's all good.
It's one
It's all
for
good.
it's one for Danny. One for Danny.
I don't know how I got that vote, but I'll take the win.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'll take
So
it.
let's go. Anzo, you have to pick the next door.
Door number 1.
Door number 1. Now, here's how we're gonna do this. If it's a
Now I get to
tie
pick the
after
topic,
this,
though, right?
yep, you get to pick the topic. If it's a tie after this one, we'll ask the chat who gets to pick the topic they want in the last door. If Danny wins this one, he gets to pick it because he's already there. Okay, that's how we're gonna do this. Door number 1: MCU versus the DCEU.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Go ahead and defend that DCU there, Mr. Anzo. Thank you.
All right.
So,
This is going to be good. Here.
Anzo, 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and you get to defend the DCEU. That means the movies. So here you go. 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
All right. So this is easy. Danny was laughing and saying, defend the D. Very simple. The DCEU is 10 times better than the MCU because they don't follow that formulaic system that the MCU does, right? You look at what we're going through in phase 4 right now, and you're getting a bunch of mediocre movies who have the same kind of tone, the same kind of humor that takes away from serious moments. Now, when you watching the DCEU, you go back and you watch Man of Steel, right? There's some serious moments in that movie which aren't taken away from with jokes. So you get to hold on to those emotions that you feel from when the Superman's father dies. You get to feel these emotional moments from that, right? You also have Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman. That movie was an absolute classic. Not only was it a classic, it was the movie that let the MCU know that female movies could actually make money. So what did they do? They did Captain Marvel after they saw the success of Wonder Woman. Now you also have Shazam. Shazam was a movie that was actually a little bit more tailored to the MCU, and they did it better. Shazam is a great, funny movie, but you still get the emotional moments from when he goes to visit his mom and his mom doesn't want him, and then he walks away and he's all sad. You don't get a joke there. The MCU would have hands down put in some sort of stupid ass joke to take away from those serious moments. Now, the DCEU, it does have its problems. Yes, it does. But the biggest problem that the DCEU has is the studio interference. If they had not interfered in some of these movies, we would have had the Snyder Cut actually come out in theaters. And I believe that the Snyder Cut is better than Endgame. I watched that movie from start to finish, and I watched it maybe 4 times in the first week that it came out, right? Because you get a lot more motivation for Steppenwolf. You get to see Darkseid, right? It makes more sense in this type of movie. Plus, Cyborg, who was the heart and soul of that movie, I think really does a great job. When you go with the Justice League, you get to see how they ruined their movies. They did the same thing with the Suicide Squad. That's why people are crying for the Ayer cut, because the movies that we got are not the movies that we were supposed to get, because the studio kept interfering and they wanted to make their universe more like the MCU. MCU is a profitable universe. I get that. But the DCEU does not have to be the MCU to be profitable. Wonder Woman made $1 billion. Aquaman made $1 billion. They were on the right path. They just needed to stay the course. And the problem is that they didn't, because the studios got scared.
All right. So let's see here. What's the best movie of the DCEU?
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Very good. All right. Good. I like that. All right, Danny, 3 minutes to argue your points for why the MCU is better. Your time starts now.
This is not even close. This is not even funny because when you look at the MCU in their first two phases, they progressively got better, better, better. DCU just happened to luck up and got $1 billion movie. Wonder Woman didn't make $1 billion. The only one I'm aware of that made $1 billion was Aquaman, and that was luck. And we all said it, including Anzo, that was Jason Momoa. The women were in there to see Jason Momoa. He drew a lot of butts to the seat, female butts to the seat. Shazam is comedic, just like he says MCU is. Now, I will give you the fact MCU fourth, this phase they're currently in now, seems to be a little lackluster. But there is video footage that my opponent Anzo says that he wants things in threes, especially like Star Wars. So in this particular, he wanted it in threes, but in this one, he don't want it in threes and complain about being formulaic. Formulaic is what gets them to be averaging $1 billion movies. Just about all of the MCU first two phase movies, we do the whole average and the whole total average $1 billion. No other franchise has done that. No other franchise has done that. No DCU movie has become the highest grossing movie of all times. MCU has that under their belt. We all said that Infinity War was, to me, the most perfect movie that they've made. It gives you excitement, it gives you comedy, it gives you drama, it gives you the risk, and Anzo's favorite thing he loved to say, the bad guy won. So MCU is giving him all that. The bad guy didn't win in DCU that I'm aware of. No bad guys won. All the good guys went over there. So what he wants is happening here in the MCU. What he wants to happen in the DCU ain't happened yet. Now, is the MCU now getting a little comedic stuff and they're losing some of their touch? Yes, they are. You know why? The leadership change. They got a new leader now. The original leader under Kevin Feige, Bob Iger, can let him do, hey man, do what you do, make it do what it do. I got you. This new guy, he's more hands-on, got his buddies up there and trying to tell Kevin Feige what to do. Now, come on now. You know good and well a pastry chef can't tell a world-class Iron Chef what to do. That's going to be problems. That's their problem. It's not the Kevin Feige or the material, the source material. It's the leadership over there. So he's trying to balance through that and still giving us stuff. And he still had his hands in two fantastic movies just this year. My opponent, he loves Doctor Strange 2. He loves Spider-Man. Guess who did that? MCU. I know Sony is Spider-Man, but Kevin Feige had his hands in that. Doctor Strange 2, almost at $1 billion. Kevin Feige had his hands in that. So the MCU ain't lost its mojo. It just got poor leadership now. Leadership now that is hindering the creative process. As soon as they get that straight, get this boat back on the right course, they're going to continue to crank out those movies.
But do we know that though?
All right, really quick. I want my question for you, Danny, is what is the worst MCU movie? And I want you to give me something to defend the worst movie of the MCU.
Thor: Love and Blunder. That is the worst movie I've ever seen in the MCU.
I want you to defend the reason why it's in the MCU.
Because Thor is a character. Thor is one of the trilogy. He's one of the big three. So of course they're going to give a big three their time to shine. But this particular time, what messed up Thor 3, in my opinion, was the director. Taika Waititi should not be the director that does that kind of serious kind of acting because his directing style is more comedic.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they messed up at. If they had a different actor, just like we said, James Cameron, we never thought that Doctor Strange 2 would be as gory and bloody as we've seen some of the stuff in there. But James Cameron, that is his forte, that is his background. So he was able to ease it in there, and everybody liked it. I think if Thor would have had a different actor, and I'm not saying James Cameron, but a different actor that was more geared towards a serious type movie, that Thor: Love and Thunder would have been a better movie.
Okay. All right, very good. Guys, in the chat right now, it's there. Answer me who argued their points better, Anzo or Danny? And we'll give you guys, let's take this and put 1 minute and 30 seconds. Put 30 seconds on this one. Boom. Timer. There we go. All right. Now.
I get no. I'm not gonna do that.
He's like, man.
So I'm gonna keep. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say anything.
I mean,
I said James Cameron, but I meant Sam Raimi. Thank you for the
I just say, Transformers made $1 billion too. Those movies ain't good. Just because a movie makes $1 billion doesn't necessarily mean it's good.
That's true.
I agree with that, but for the most ones that made $1 billion, you agree that they were pretty good? MCU movies?
Well, I'll say this.
For the most part.
He did.
For the most part.
He did say he went back and watched Doctor Strange 2 and that he started seeing some flaws in it. Didn't you say that, Anzo?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because
remember, originally, you were all on board for that. I have to go back and
I still am, but I still
yeah.
am. But yeah, when I went back, I seen some
but
shit.
If one of us go back and see the stuff, you're going to be like, oh, man, I didn't see it the first time. But like I said, until last week, I was like, Michael Keaton on, but I'll sit down and look at it. I was like, is Catwoman really doing this to Batman? And so I don't hate it. I will never hate it.
Part of the problem is you're not thinking is that she has these claws and it's ripping into his skin. And it could be just.
For me, it's not even that. Yeah, I get it. But does that take away from the way he actually plays Batman? That's the thing. Right? Yeah, he got his ass beat. I get it. But does that take away from the way he plays Batman or Bruce Wayne? And I say no. But I gotta go back and watch it still. I said I'm gonna do it, and I'm still gonna go back and watch them.
All right, let's see here. Oh, come on. Finish up here. Must be interesting. All right. Who argued their case better, Danny or Anzo? Well, in case of this, and this should be a lot for Anzo to say this, it's 50-50. And I will make the final say on this. And I will say this. Anzo argues a really good case on a couple points here. The points that the DCEU doesn't fall onto humor at the wrong moments. And because of that, and because I think that's the biggest problem right now with Phase 4, is the clunkiness and the placement of things. I think I'm going to give this to Anzo.
I'm sure.
I think that he, and it's a much tougher case to argue, but I think you make a good point also that it was mismanagement. It wasn't necessarily the movies. I think when you take that comment and then you look at Batman versus Superman on the director's cut or whatever you want to call it, it was much better than the theatrical cut. We see what happened with the Whedon cut, and then you see what they passed on. You really do see that it quite possibly is mostly just mismanagement. Now, yes, Kevin Feige does a really good job, but we haven't yet. I mean, we're starting to see some cracks, and is that because they've taken some of that from him? Is that mismanagement? And if it ends up being mismanagement, that the Phase 4 is the problem, then that means that DCEU has been fighting that from the get-go, and maybe that's been the problem the whole time. So I'm going to give it to Anzo on that, which means it's a tie right now, which means you guys are going to have to pick who picks their next topic. So,
Danny, you want to pick the topic, or you want me to pick it? I'll give you the choice.
Oh no, I'm gonna. The chat.
Oh, you're gonna do it. Oh, the chat's gonna pick. All right.
Chat's gonna pick, and we're gonna give them a minute and 30 seconds to do that. So, chat, right there. There's the poll. Let's get going and let's see who.
Hey, I just want to say something while we wait for the chat to vote. Man, I don't know when it came out, but I watched a documentary on Netflix the other day about Puffy. Dude, yo, I don't know if I could have done the things that Puffy did for Bad Boy to make it that big. You know what I mean? Like he was relentless, man, and perfectionist, and I have nothing but respect for what he did for Bad Boy. Like really and truly, when I watched that shit.
You see how they did? What was the one like Making the Band? Man, that was him. All that stupid shit he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I think the only person he never rode like that was maybe Biggie.
I agree. And even in the documentary, you can see he's riding some of the people that are putting on this big show that he was doing, right? He's riding them a little bit, but he also says he learned a lot from his old age. But I also think that is part of TV as well, too, why he was a little bit over the top, you know?
But if I was an artist, I wouldn't go on it because he don't stick with nobody. They do like 1 or 2 albums and they're gone. I would like who could not make money with New Edition? New Edition had to walk away from him. So something about him, I don't know. He gets what he can out you and whatever. I don't know. Look how popular the Locks was on Day 26. None of them cats around now. 112.
Yeah. But I also think it could also be they probably didn't have the type of motivation that he had, because this guy, like, he was a perfectionist, Danny. Like, and if you weren't on his levels, he says he doesn't really want to fuck with you. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people aren't on his level, like normal people, whatever. Even people in the industry aren't on his level. But go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
All right, really quick, let's say hi to the people in the chat. I got Shifty Gizm here. I see Mike Shrews, Tony Robinson, Big Brell, David Quintana. Thomas Potts is here. Let's see here. Who else? I've seen Mystic Shadows. We've had, who else here? Geiscar was here. Lonely Banner. LB, how you doing? The Big O Show's here. Dandelion Fluff. LDG. And yeah. All right, guys. Here it is. The chat has picked, and Nzo, you get to pick which side you're defending on this one. And here's the final one that's going to decide who wins this debate. It is Predator series versus the Alien series.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh man. You see, I don't want to go and give Danny the Alien series, but I mean, I'm a Predator guy, so I gotta go with the Predators, Danny. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
All right. See, here you go. You see, I know that both of these have just tanked over the past few years, so I kind of thought this was an even Stevens thing on this one. The other two, I think, had clear possible winners. This one, it's like, ooh boy. All right, here you go. 3 minutes. And since you won and you got to pick, I'm going to let you start. 3 minutes. Argue for Predator. Go.
So the reason why I really wanted to pick Predators is because I just watched The Predators like a week ago. And as I'm watching this movie, I'm like, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Danny was absolutely correct. The Predators isn't that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad.
Wow.
But I did. I'm not gonna lie. But I gotta say, when you watch the first Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which again, like Aliens is, we got Aliens, like different type of alien movies or whatever, but we never seen like a predator coming down and hunting humans, and it had camouflage, you know what I mean? And it's going up against the baddest action hero at the time, which is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and his cast, like Carl Weathers, Jesse the Body Ventura. Like, you got a great cast for that movie, and then you get the fight with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the Predator at the end, and just when you think Arnold Schwarzenegger is kicking its ass, the Predator does a self-destruct, and Arnold Schwarzenegger has to run for his life. Then we get Predator 2, which I personally like better than Predator 1, right? And the reason why is because it's more, modern day. You're in the city. You got more weapons from the Predator. And in the first Predator, he could only see in infrared. They took that another step forward where you're thinking, oh, look, he can't see. And he just switches up his little things. And you show that he is now seeing in a different kind of view. And it's like, okay, so not only do they learn from when they lost, they adapt. And when he came back, he adapted from that situation. So I thought that was great. Like, I really loved Danny Glover in that movie. Even the cast in that one, Mary Chiquita Alonso, whatever her name is, she's in that as well, right? It's very good. And then, like I said, I went and watched The Predators again because I had nothing to do. And I said, you know what? Let me watch this movie. And his name, I think his name is Brody, his real name, the guy Brody, Andre Brody or whatever his name is. He did a good job, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, okay, I feel his intensity, like I feel the things he's gonna do. Now, for me, it gets a little weak when they meet up with Lawrence Fishburne, but I did enjoy that movie. Now, we also have the last two movies, which I think, you can compare to the kind of last two movies on an Alien franchise, which just aren't good. But when you go with the first three movies, you got to understand that they are far superior than the first three Alien movies. Alien and Aliens is good. The other ones after that aren't as great. So if I had to put it up against each other, I say you get 3 good movies to 2 good movies, which basically means that the Predator franchise is actually a better franchise. And now we also have a new Predator movie coming out that looks fire. So if it's good, now you have 4 good movies to 2.
Best person that fought one of the Predators.
Oh, it's Danny Glover, hands down.
Okay. Nice pick there. Rogue Comics, what's going on?
I gotta be honest, Mike. I gotta be honest when I say it. I gotta be honest. I rep it.
Well, just stick around, Mike, because you get to pick who wins these arguments. And this is the last one, so whoever wins this one wins tonight's debate. 3 minutes. Danny's going to argue for... Oh. Wow, what happened to your webcam there, Danny? It lost its power or something. And you're muted. Uh-oh.
I think he'll be okay. He was trying. It looked like he was trying to use XSplit or something on there, so probably trying to set something up to make his argument a little bit better. I see you, Danny. I see you.
No, my camera went out for some reason. I don't know what's the problem with it.
No.
Oh shit.
That's
Can
right.
y'all still hear me?
All right, you guys.
Yeah, we can
I
still hear
you. Just there you go.
All
right.
All right.
3 minutes to argue.
I'm ready.
Argue. Can't talk, but 3 minutes to argue your case for why the Aliens series is better. Time starts now.
Okay, Alien, if you like that sci-fi with a little bit of horror to it, horror element, surprise, and keep it in your seat, that you don't get no better than this. Because at first we didn't know what was going on. You see they're in space and it's dark and cold, and then all of a sudden we keep seeing them one by one kill the people. We really don't get to see it. We see only thing we see is that the thing crack open their chest, and then next thing you know, next time we see it is like 7 feet tall and spitting acid and can climb and do all this kind of crazy stuff, and it just terrifies everybody that watches it. And like, where do these doggone xenomorphs come from? What's going on? And it's such a crazy transition because they start off in the egg, then the egg goes to the thing that sucks on your face and lay the eggs in the body. Then that transition into the little worm looking thing that pops out through your chest, and they go, and then they just grow like they got some kind of magical growth hormone serum, and the next thing they're big and menacing. And Sigourney Weaver, perfect female superhero type character, man. She learns how to beat him and kills a man, gets into that hard kind of like forklift suit. She kicks their ass and figure out how to kill them and stuff. Lance Erickson, he's always been a great action star, and he fits in there as the artificial life form. The little girl Newt, we know they put things in place, and you still don't see it coming. Then when they transition to when the actual xenomorphs versus predators, that was exciting. That the payoff wasn't as good as it could have been, but just the thought of them going up against each other definitely made you want to go see the movie. It kind of dropped the ball on some things. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but the xenomorph is the perfect killing machine. It's in a location, a different planet. is lucky it can survive anywhere. And what was really crazy, as bad as they were, then we see the next evolution when we saw the queen. Then we see how the queen laid her eggs and what's her motivation. And then she is like 50 times badder than the actual xenomorph soldiers. So, and how they transition Ripley into each one, the cloning process. She survived, went to the all male colony, and she's just able to always be an ass kicking woman. It's not forced. Right now, we live in a society now where people are saying that the women are trying to emasculate the men and all this kind of stuff. It wasn't. We saw from point blank what she thought, what it was. Her mission was to kill those xenomorphs, make sure they didn't get back to Earth. And look, the cherry on the top, they brought the Marines, bro. Out of any branch they had, they brought the Space Marines to help kick their ass. Now, some were a bunch of pussies, I will tell you that. But for the most part, it was kicking ass and taking names. That alone makes me love it much better than Predator.
All right. Your question. What is the best alien movie that was not the first or second one?
What is the best what?
What's the best alien movie that isn't Alien or Aliens, one of the first two movies? What's the next best one after those?
Alien versus Predator. Alien versus Predator, where you actually see them on the planet. And they were going after the Predators, and the Predators pretty much couldn't handle them until they got their weapons. Once they got those shoulder cannons, then that's when they were more formidable. But without the weapons, Xenomorph gives the Predator quite the devil. And at the end, as we saw, the Xenomorph was able to lay an egg inside the Predator. And so if you're keeping score, then that would be 1 for the Xenomorph, 0 for the Predator.
All right. All right, chat. It's your turn. There's the poll, and you got 1 minute and 30 seconds. Vote, vote, vote. Make sure you get this going. This is it. It's going to determine who wins tonight's debate. No, I like both of them, and really, I probably should go back and watch the Predator movies again and the Alien movies again because, you know, Danny's got one thing right about going back and watching Batman Returns, is that when you do that, you're going to give it a better chance if you didn't like it the first time. I mean, yeah, there's some times when you can watch it and you're like, yeah, okay, now I remember why I didn't like
know
this.
why I didn't like this shit, yeah.
But to go off, I mean, you know, there's movies I haven't seen in 10, 15 years. To go off of what I remembered about them and not give it a chance again would be a disservice. Because the older you get, sometimes, yeah.
Exactly. You see things differently. Like back then, I was just like, action, action, action. And then when I watched it again, I'm like, okay, it's not bad. Like, it's not bad.
Did you not hear this question? He said that was not Alien or Aliens.
Yeah.
So exactly. AVP was the best one out of the rest of them.
I guess you're saying AVP doesn't count.
That does count.
It does, because I mean, I think you could count that in both series, but I can't remember which one did that actually fall in, or did they say that was the crossover?
It was the third one where they crossed over, because that was the one that had Sanaa Lathan on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they fought the Queen. The Queen was laying the eggs at the place.
Mm-hmm.
And anything with Sanaa Lathan gets my vote.
And then the next one was when the half Predator, half Xenomorph. Well, I think it was Alien Requiem or something.
Yeah. Alien versus Predator Requiem.
My God, man. What the hell are you doing to me? All right. 30 seconds.
You got a tie?
Yeah, we got a tie. We're going to do a 30-second. We're going to do it again. So I'm not picking who wins because I'll never live it down if I pick it. Because I think you guys both argued your point. And it's tough to argue both of these points because there's just as many bad movies in these series as there are good. So, all right.
So I'm cool
So
with it.
we'll go.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Me too.
And your 30 seconds starts as soon as it comes up. And there you go. Vote again.
I
A
think we
tie is
both
perfect.
did a good job. I think we both
You
had
know
good
what?
points.
You know what? How about this? We're just gonna. You know what? That's for fun. That's fine. You guys tied each other. You guys each
You know
got
what?
one.
Let the chat vote on a question, and because we got a few minutes, someone go up against you. You ain't scared, right?
No, I'm not scared. Hold on. Let's see what we got on this. In the 30 seconds. You sure you want to do that, Anzo? Because you won 57-42. All right.
Like I said, I was good with the first. So I'm good with a tie. But I say we got tied. Let's put a vote. Who do you want to see go up against Chris, Danny, or me?
Well, how about that?
And then whoever wins, like if let's say it's me against you, Danny gets to pick what we debate. Or if I win,
that's fine.
Ooh, I got a perfect question too.
Oh shit! What? Oh, I hate that one. Fucking hate.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about one.
Sorry guys, that poll that's just I didn't even put anything there. You shouldn't put anything up when you like just put a blank poll up. All right, who? Okay, and that's the community. And I'll give you guys the minute and 30 seconds we were giving everything else. Boom. There it goes. Oh, wow. Well, no, I don't have enough time to do all of it. But we do have 6 final 5s tonight that are picked. And then the final 5s tonight are actually all about She-Hulk Attorney at Law, though. So, because that's coming out on the 17th or 18th, I think. And then Andor is supposed to be out at the end of this month, isn't it? Or at the end of August, I think.
Yeah. Andor's coming out.
About either one, but you'll make it do what it do.
Keep voting, guys. You got time. Let's get some more votes in there.
Be interesting. Get your votes in, guys. Chris Knight is gonna go into battle. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. Can't wait.
All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time is up. Poll is over. And who do I get the pleasure to go against? It is at 71%. Anzo wins that poll, so I get to go against Anzo.
All right.
So I move Danny up to the top spot. It's you and me. Danny, you get to tell us what we're going to argue.
This is perfect.
Or 2 things we can argue on, whatever.
Okay.
And I will defer to Anzo to pick.
All right. I was actually going to defer to you, but all right, I'll do it.
Okay. So Anzo's gonna pick it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Which movie is better, Endgame or Avatar?
Ooh. Chris is going to go up and have to defend Avatar.
Yes. Perfect. He fell straight into my trap.
I take back the deference, and I shall pick first. No. All right. Who do you want to go first, Anzo?
I want you to go first.
Okay.
Danny wants Chris to go.
3
first. There
minutes.
you go.
I got to defend Avatar, huh? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I personally know that I have problems with Avatar, but let's talk about it. I know a lot of people talk about the 3D aspect of it. Let's start with the 3D aspect of it. It is absolutely probably one of the most visually stunning movies ever made, above Star Wars. And, that's saying a lot, because I think now, while the sequel trilogy isn't great in Star Wars, some of the stuff they did was visually stunning. But one thing James Cameron did with Avatar, which you have to give him 100% credit for, is like Nzo has said in the past, is that he didn't do what's called real 3D, which is just bits and pieces of the movie in 3D. No, he said, I want everything to be 3D. And the ratio of CGI to real life and real practical stuff going on is seamless. It's almost seamless the way they mix and match. He pays homage to many movies in that movie, using aspects from different movies he's been in, and he picked some really great actors, especially with Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver is one of the best actresses, and he's worked with her multiple times. We know this. And she plays the part very well of the almost, who was it that did Gorillas in the Mist? The lady who watched the gorillas. She basically, and she was in that movie, so it goes to figure, but that's kind of what she plays. She plays this science person, the scientist that wants to help this Earth-like planet survive, while still kind of working and trying to help be that liaison between the military side and the environmental side. And then you add in, and I'm sorry, it has been years. So the main character, the guy that ends up, he's hurt. He learns, hey, I have a new lease in life, because when I jack into this ability to become this avatar, I'm able to live life like I haven't for years. And so he plays the part very well, where he actually learns that there's something more for him still. And the storyline of that is rather interesting. And again, there's a lot of things going on there that you get to see, that how a person's rigid thought process can change over time. How people and culture can change people and get them to show a different lease in life or a different view of life. So the whole package of it is, again, visually stunning, and there is a good story that's being told there. Any questions from you, Danny?
What was your favorite part of that movie? Your favorite scene in that movie?
One of the best scenes actually is when, and again, sorry, character
Or your
name
favorite
Jake Sully,
character?
is it?
Favorite scene, favorite character.
Well, the favorite character is Sigourney Weaver's character. Again, I don't know, she's just a really good actress, so I think that she can play just about anything you give her, which is why, again, I think James Cameron uses her a lot. But the scene where she dies, actually, that whole scene, the emotion behind that scene, that's probably one of the best scenes in that movie. Because when you're doing so much with everything else going on around it, and again, all the visually stunning stuff, when you ground something down, that's a real grounded moment. Everybody's been there. They know when you lose somebody. Like when we lost JJ, that's kind of like, oh shit, did that really happen? So yeah, that's probably one of the best moments. And he is arguing on Endgame. Go.
Yes. All right. So it's easy peasy. There's no doubt about it. It is Endgame. Endgame is the superior movie. Endgame is a compilation, whatever you want to say, of 22 movies. Compilation, right? it ends everything, right? And the MCU has done something that no other movie franchise has ever done, and that's taking a connected universe and ended it up in a nice, pretty pink little bow. And that's exactly what they did with Endgame. Endgame took characters and multiple characters: Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, Rhodey, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and did them in a way where every character got their shine. And again, you've never seen anything done like that before. Not to mention the topper, that Endgame did actually become the highest grossing movie of all times. And you know how it lost it? Is because Avatar had to send their movie out again just so that it could get the number one spot again. We all know who the real champ is. It's the MCU with Endgame. Don't interrupt. I did not interrupt you. All right. It is Endgame all day, every day. The Russo brothers are even being talked about coming in and doing the Secret War movies now, because what their movies did when you added together Infinity War and Endgame, we've never seen anything like that before. And I think the MCU does a great job of wrapping up their storylines. You get Star Wars, who did trilogies, right? That's how it was. Star Wars trilogies, Batman trilogies, and they would end their trilogies up in 3 movies, but we had 22 movies that were all connected in some sort of way. They were different movies, but they had a connectivity to them. And then we get the final one, which is Endgame. And not only do we get a great finish to it, we also get the death of Tony Stark, right? And not only do we get the death of Tony Stark, but you see his growth from the first Iron Man all the way to the end. It comes in a full circle. You get the line where Captain America tells him, "You wouldn't, put your neck on the line for anybody." Tony Stark, "I would just cut the line." At the end of the movie, at the end game, he actually puts his life on the line to make sure that everyone else lives. He tells Captain America that Captain America needs to get a life. At the end of Endgame, Captain America ends up getting a life. You know what I mean? So these are the things that the MCU has done well, and Endgame is by far the superior movie every day, all day, no matter what.
What was your favorite moment in Endgame, Anzo?
That's a good question. My favorite moment in Endgame, I think, would actually have to be where I am Iron Man. I really love that moment, and then when he's dying and they're all standing around him, and the emotional part of that. I'm a type of person that I like emotions. I like when movies play with my emotions, and that scene did that to me, because it's like, man, they actually killed Tony Stark. So that's my favorite moment.
I will just point out that both Avatar and
Yes,
Endgame
I know.
played the
That's why
whole
I cut your.
release thing.
That's why I cut your ass off, because I know I left that part out. But yes, I know.
Yeah. You say you like emotional moments in movies. So why didn't you
Mhm.
like when Bane broke Batman's back? You can't get no more emotional than that, bro.
That wasn't
It's a
emotional.
damn
That
moment.
was
I said, what? I got near crying
no
a
to
All
couple
right,
of
me.
times.
guys. Make sure you're voting. It's going to be 1 minute and 30 seconds. Go ahead.
I guess I didn't like Bane. I didn't like Christian Bale's Batman, so I felt no way. I didn't like someone dying and someone's back breaking are totally different emotions for me. You know what I mean? Plus, Batman's gonna do 2 push-ups and 5 months later come back and kick Bane's ass. Tony
Watch it.
Stark ain't coming back from that. you know? So
Mhm. Uh,
yeah, everybody hates that moment, but I don't like the women uniting. I have no problems with that moment in Endgame. Absolutely not. I have no problems with it. Now, I
I
have a
don't
problem
either.
with the fact the only problem I have with that scene is that they didn't Captain Marvel didn't need them. We know that. She just flew right through everybody. She didn't need them. But that moment where the ladies are standing together, and it's I liked it. I thought it was fire.
That was just a setup. You know, a movie later on down the road. And they always do that in those, like the Avengers movies. They did it when they were attacking the castle in in Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
They got all the Avengers lined up in one shot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they do it every movie. So and when they're in the first Avengers, when they're in the circle.
Yeah.
Okay, we
All the
know
time.
that, people.
No issues with those scenes whatsoever.
Nope. I tell you what, but Thor catch the moon there. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I know, and I know that's a good scene, but I didn't want to because that's a scene everybody usually talks about. I wanted to go with something a little different, but yeah.
Poll is ended.
I went fool when I saw that shit. What?
God. All right, you gonna pick Danny? 50-50. That's the last three have been 50-50. What the hell?
Good job.
I'm gonna be totally honest. Chris was more analytical, but Lonzo was more entertaining. So I'm gonna leave it around that.
Fair enough. I got you. You know what? That was some dirty, low down bullshit, Danny.
Loved it.
You know what the alternative was, Chris?
What?
Why is Tom Brady better than Joe Montana?
Yo, oh my God, Danny, I was thinking, if it was me, it was going to be Tom Brady. Absolutely, it was going to be a Tom Brady question.
So I said, okay,
there's the thing. I shouldn't have agreed to this because I didn't think of the two things you guys would put me through. And I'll tell you right now, though, the Avatar question would definitely have been the one I would have wanted. So I'm glad it went down. Because I would have said, well, why is he the best? Why do I have to argue for him? Because he's not the best. And I would have fucking trashed it and tanked that one. Personally.
That's why I didn't want to do that, because I didn't want to piss off the chat. And I know they're not, some of them ain't big sports fans.
In sports, yeah.
I understand. All right. So that, as they say, is that. And that means, yes, it's returning right now. Here we go. You know what time it is. Final five. Back to fiction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now for the moment that everyone's been waiting for. It's Chaos Central's Final 5 Fact or Fiction. Yes, 5 questions, and the only answer can be fact or fiction. Plus, there's a running tally right now on who's going to win, and I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to find out 6 questions right here. I'm going to go to share screen after I move this really quick here. I hate when I put folders in the wrong thing. All right, here we go. All right, so let me share screen, put it over here. This is a tally currently right now. It is Danny at 33, Nzo at 28, and I am at 28. 5 away from Danny, and that's where Nzo and I sit. So let's go and let's find out what the first question that was answered. This is all the way from back in week 2, and we'll put it up here. The question is, there are a slew of new films slated for 2022. The Batman, Top Gun Maverick, MI7, Doctor Strange 2, etc. Fact or fiction, Doctor Strange 2 will be the top grossing movie of 2022. Well, it isn't, and it won't be. Right now, Top Gun Maverick is at 1.2 billion. When I saw it was at like 600 some odd thousand after the second week, I was like, holy shit. And I'm going to tell you right now, another one that's surprising me is Thor Love and Thunder, because it's almost at 600 million.
Because they ain't got nobody competing against it.
Well, that's fine. Then they're smart. However you want to play it. But let's see who said what. This is question number 4. Question number 4. Danny said fiction. That's a point for him. Nzo said fact. No point for him. And I said fact. No point for me. So Danny goes up by 6.
Bullshit.
I swear. Yeah, I know. Isn't it fucking bullshit? Jeez.
Listen to your elders, bro. Listen to your elders.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. For week 4, here it is. Question number 1. Canada is 72% fully vaccinated and the United States is 56% fully vaccinated. The WHO and CDC claim that once these numbers reach up to 90%, they'll reach herd immunity. Will the U.S. and Canada reach herd immunity? Here's the thing. I can look at the numbers. They're still in the 70s. And I'd say by now, people who are going to get it, gotten it. People who aren't going to get it, aren't going to get it. Do we agree on that?
Yes.
I agree.
Okay. Because, I mean, we could wait longer. I mean, see, but I figure right now. So.
Nah, I agree.
All right, hold on. That's the last one. So we're going to save that one, close that. And we're going to go to week 4. Question number 1. Danny said fiction. Nzo said fact. And I said fiction. So, that means Danny and I get a point. Danny is still up.
All right, I gotta go. I'm done. See you guys later. Peace.
All right. And then the next one comes from. Oops. Let's get up here. Let's go to question there. This is question number 5 from week 4. The Batman director Matt Reeves says his movie will not connect with the movie Joker, but others says that it will. Will the Batman and Joker be connected in some way? I don't know. I thought we had done this, but we hadn't. Because there it is. So, question number 5. Danny said, oh, wait, no, we did do it. Okay, never mind. So I don't know why I thought we didn't do it. Okay, fair enough. I was like, I thought we did that already. Okay, so that one doesn't count because we already did. Here we go. This is from week 15, question number 4. Obi-Wan is coming out May 25th of 2022. We all know that Hayden Christensen is in the series, but we don't know yet in what capacity. But there's another big bad that might show up. We will see a live-action replay of Darth Maul Obi-Wan fight from the Clone Wars. And make sure, yep, here we go. Week 15, question number 4. Danny said fact. Nzo said fiction, and I said fiction, so Nzo and I each get a point. Danny stays in place. Nzo's going to feel a little better about that. Save that for right now. And then the next one, make sure... All right, so we're done with this one. Go with that one. And here we go. This is from week 19, question number 4. We've talked about what movies will or won't hit $1 billion. Today's final 5 Factor Fiction is about just that. Will Top Gun Maverick make $1 billion or more? And it has. I am not surprised, but at the same time, I am surprised. Danny, in question number 4, said fiction. Nzo said fiction, and I said fact. So, I will take that point. Thank you very much. And week 19 goes away. And then the last one that we came up with is from week 21, and that says Andor and Ahsoka are slated release in the next 6 to 12 months. With all the criticism coming down on the Obi-Wan series, Factor Fiction Disney will pull the plug on one or both of these series. I know that Andor is coming out the end of August, and Ahsoka, she has made Rosario Dawson has made numerous tweets and other things about coming from the set, or I just did this and just did that. So it's going to happen. We all said fiction to that. We all get a point. I'll close that one up. 6:30. Jesus, Danny, God. All right, we'll close that up. And now here is Factor Fiction week 24, question number 1. She-Hulk Attorney at Law is premiering August 17th. It seems without a doubt that Bruce Banner, Hulk, will have a big role in the series, but others are rumored. Fact or fiction, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, will appear in She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Danny, you get to go first. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Nzo. You're muted, Nzo. While we're waiting for him, I will say fact also. Nzo. Oh, there you are. Nzo? Oh, you said fact?
Yeah.
Okay. You're clipping a little bit there, just so you know. All right. Question number 2. She-Hulk, blah, 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 all the same. Dr. Doom will make an appearance in She-Hulk. Nzo, fact or fiction?
Fiction.
I am going to say, even though I've read a lot of stuff that says that he will have some involvement in there, I don't think we'll actually see him make an appearance. Danny?
I'm gonna say fact.
Okay. Third question. Whoa. Okay, here we go. All right. Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross will make an appearance in She-Hulk. Now, I know the actor, William Hurt, wasn't that who had played him?
Yeah.
I know he died not too long ago. But there could be a chance he did some scenes for this before he died. And also, they could recast him. So, you know, it's however that character would show up. It doesn't have to be the same actor. So, I will just say that. I will say, oh boy, I'm going to say fact.
I'm gonna say fact as well too.
Okay. Nzo?
I'm gonna say fact.
Number 4. Betsy Ross will make an appearance in She-Hulk.
Fact.
Nzo?
Fact.
I'll say fact too. I think that's an easy one to do. And last but not least, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, will make an appearance in She-Hulk. I'm going, or Nzo, you go first. That's yours.
Fiction.
I'll say fact.
I'm going fiction.
We're going to save those right there.
Yeah, you
Close
said
that.
Betsy, but I think you meant Betty Ross.
It's Betty Ross, but she goes by Betsy also in that. I'll have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
I thought Betsy Ross was the lady that made the flag.
Did.
I don't know. I don't care. I'm going by what Rogue comic said.
It's still the same. Yeah, Betsy, Betty, whatever. It's if she's in it, you know who she is. If she's in it, that counts. So, with that said, guys, that's our show. Just a little over an hour and almost an hour and 20 minutes. That's not too bad. Let's get these guys to go around really quick and talk about themselves. And
what was the final score?
The final score for
Fact or fiction?
Fact or fiction right now. Right now, it's you 36, Nzo 30, me 32. So still got some time to catch up to you, but we'll see. I think at the end of this year,
the show started.
Yep. All right.
So
Talk about yourself really quick. Just tell everybody.
Biggaford Entertainment guy is going to be over on the OOC right now. You probably might hear him in the background, Roberto talking, but I got to bounce over there. So it was great, Chris, and I'm fucking mad that you took the lead over me, but I'll be back. Peace, guys.
Danny, go ahead and tell everybody about yourself.
I'm Danny, AK Comic Chat. Find me here on Wednesday night on Chris Show, The Rule of Three. Of course, we're going to start back as soon as football season start rolling pretty good with Square One. Catch you on Monday nights. Also on Tuesday nights on Nzo Show, The Khaos List. Great show tonight, man. I'd like to change up with the format.
Well, next week we might continue or might come up with some nifty idea other than that. But I came up with that last night. I was like, ooh, interesting. But with that said, guys, I am Chris Ninth. Real Review 3000 is my channel, ADHD for YouTube. But don't forget, all the time here, guys, we got all sorts of things going over here on Chaos Central Roundtables. We got the Star Wars Senate coming back here at the end of the month on the 31st of July. We're going to have She-Hulk Roundtable. We will have an Andor Roundtable. Whenever I Am Groot comes out, we'll find somebody to do that. We will have a roundtable. I know Danny won't be there because he doesn't think he'll like it, but it might be good. You don't know. But anyways, we got all that stuff coming up, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you aren't subscribed. If you're watching this after fact, please subscribe. We got 284 subscribers. We need 16 more for 300. That's all we need. And we need your help to find them. So go tell everybody you know that likes this stuff to come here. And tell them this isn't where you get your normal, everyday, just like cookie cutter statements. We all have our own opinions here. We allow you to have your opinions.
Yeah.
And
no echo
matter.
chamber here, buddy.
Exactly. We will not be the echo chamber. So, guys, remember to tell everybody about that. But thank you, everybody who came tonight. You guys were great. Loved it. You guys helped out tons. I really do appreciate it. With that said, I am Chris Knight. This has been Chaos Central's The Rule of Three. And we're officially out of here. Peace.
Peace.